What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Appreciate everybody for subscribing, liking the video, sharing it, disliking, good comments, bad comments. We can agree to disagree as long as you don't get disrespectful. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Please keep it moving. We had a hell of a jump last month. Let's try to double those efforts this month. But apparently, the reason why you haven't seen any promotion for Adonis Stevenson versus Badou Jack, it's almost a month out, is because Eleider Álvarez has not been paid his step-aside money. It's still ongoing in negotiations. And by contract, they can't promote the fight or do any promos until Eleider Álvarez has agreed to get his proper step-aside money. We know Eleider Álvarez has been Stevenson's mandatory for like 2 or 3 years. And he been waiting his turn. They both got the same promoter. That's the tripped out thing about it. And that same promoter promotes Arthur Betterbeat. So Yvonne Michaels be tripping in my opinion. But the article link is in the description so you know it's real. Trill, same thing we always do is put that article link in the description, giving you a source, unless it's a rumor. But yeah, I guess Eleider Álvarez trying to run up a check on their ass because he controls the fate of this card, and he probably want big money. But at the end of the day, man, don't nobody want to see Eleider Álvarez versus Adonis Stevenson. I'm sorry, we tired of seeing Stevenson versus bum bashing, man. I don't want to see. Eleider Álvarez is a good fighter, but he ain't somebody I want to see. If whoever win this fight, then I want to take on Betterbeat, Betterbeat, Dimitri Bivol, Goofy, something, Kovalev, Marcus Brown, Kovalev. Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see something exciting. There's too many top upper echelon fighters in this division to be fighting guys like Eleider Álvarez. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he's just gonna have to get it how he live. I want to see Badou Jack unified with Bivol, unified with Kovalev, unified with Betterbeat. Nobody want to see, Adonis Stevenson or Badou Jack versus Eleider Álvarez. Then you're just wasting our time, man. These mandatories in boxing just getting out of control. And that's why I like the WBA super thing, man. You don't have that super title is created for you to unify. Does it need some bylaws or some rules in between there? Yeah. If you don't unify by this chance, then you got to fight your regular WBA, champion. Some rules like that. But Yvonne Michael, he got three of the top like heavyweights somewhere in the top 10, and has yet to put them together and get them to fight. Betterbeat versus Stevenson. Why not do that? He just trying to be on some BS. So just hurting this card's promotion. It's a damn good card. A damn good fight, especially with Gary Russell and Jojo Diaz on the undercard. Keith Thurman, imaginary May 19th fight fell apart. Well, hey, it is what it is. You can't miss nothing you never had. But, Eleider Álvarez probably looking for some shit. They probably trying to lowball him. Can't put it all on him. He probably looking for 6 figures. They probably trying to give him 30, 40, 50 grand. His career high probably ain't been that neither. But he's probably looking to cash out. And at the end of the day, you can't blame him. You really can't blame him. He been a manager for 3 years and the WC said, we're going to investigate it. You investigating yourselves? What happened? Like Stevenson been out there fighting, top elite competition. You know what I'm saying? He been out here bum bashing for the long. He fought Fon Fora twice. He could shit. That second Fon Fora fight, he could have kept that and fought Eleider Álvarez, and then we wouldn't even be in this position. They could start promoting this fight. It ain't even an official promotional poster for this fight because Eleider Álvarez is holding him up, holding him up. He won his cash, and he probably running a check on him, running a check up. And can you blame him? He been deprived of a championship fight for so long. It ain't like I said, it ain't like Stevenson been out there, killing the competition. It ain't like he been out there fighting the Kovalevs and Andre Wards and no shit like that. This is a step-up fight, a super middleweight stepping up to fight him. Stevenson didn't come out there and call out Badou Jack. Jack sought this fight out. He the one that wanted to go try to make this fight. Stevenson wasn't looking to make this fight. Stevenson is one of the pathetic champions in boxing history, period. Not proactive in anything. He ain't trying to fight nobody, but not even mandatory. He's just bum bash for a check. After a while, if I'm in Canada, man, I'm not about to come pay to see this fool fight. Shit, he didn't even want to fight an old Pascal that would have been big money in Canada. He shied away from that. Like, man, this nigga's pathetic, bro. He pathetic, man. I used to like him, dude, but he pathetic. Pathetic. You know, now it's probably on his end to pay Eleider Álvarez. He probably being frugal. You never know. He might flip the switch and say, fuck Jack. I ain't paying Álvarez. You know, just throw Álvarez in there on May 19th. He may do that, man. He don't want to fight no competition, man. He one of the most, you know, punks. He the biggest punk in boxing. One of the biggest punks in boxing, for real. You know, he just happened to catch Chad Dawson coming off of Andre Ward-L and struck gold, bro. He been living off that win, beating the guy, the lineal champion. He been living off that forever. Even the ring stripped his ass. You know, but they can't move unless Eleider Álvarez get paid. It ain't on Badou Jack. Badou Jack shouldn't have to pay a jack shit out his pocket. Yeah, Badou Jack shit out his pocket. Hey, yeah, Badou, I gave you a nice little fucking, you know, mantra to live on. But yeah, this shit be coming out of Stevenson, Yvonne Michaels' pocket. He the promoter. He a shitty promoter too, bro. You know, 3 of the top 10 light heavyweights, and ain't none of them fighting each other. One of your fighters been a mandatory for 3-4 years, and Eleider Álvarez to Stevenson, and you didn't make that fight happen. Clown. He a clown. That's why he about to lose better be, because he a clown. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, article link in the description. Share the video. Do what you do. We gone.